hey guys, I just got to Indianapolis for our Reset conference and I'm headed to my first class now. So it's about 11 o'clock. The actual convention started at 9. So I missed, unfortunately, the first keynote speaker, but that's okay. I will be here for the rest of everything else. Traffic was just a little bit rough this morning and we had a slow start. So it's 11 o'clock. I'm on to my first class. So let's go see what Reset has to offer. Alright, so hey guys, we have one more session left for today. So I have already gone to 3 classes. And I also did lunch, so now we have about an hour break. I'm going to walk down the street to CVS and get a few things. Of course, I forgot something at home. I forgot my toothbrush. But I'm going to pick up some snacks for later in the hotel room because, like I said, we go tomorrow too. So this is 2 days. So yeah, I'm right in the lobby right now, and it's kind of hustle and bustle. The location that they do it in, though, is super great. It's right in the downtown Indy area, so there is a restaurant in the hotel. There's a Starbucks, but like I said, there's a CVS right next door. There's some restaurants nearby, so it's really nice. It's good access for you if you don't want to go out and like drive. So that's pretty good. But the classes are just awesome. So you can like choose how it works. I don't think I've described this to you before, but every about an hour and a half, you have like 5 different classes to choose from. So some of them are like shootouts where you actually do like a little bit of hands-on stuff or maybe like a styled shoot. Other times you're learning about business stuff, like I took Law 101 earlier, so we learned a lot about contract law and copyright law and things like that. Other than that, there's stuff that are more like emotion-driven, like how to stay motivated or how to separate like work-life balance. But there's also like family photographers here, wedding photographers, newborn photographers. So like every hour and a half, there's something for each person. Something about weddings, something about newborn photography, something about family photography, business, and then, like I said, like emotional stuff. So it's really cool. You got lots to choose from. The lineup I picked on their schedule is like really good so far. I did it like a couple months ago. I didn't even know what classes I was really going into. I just didn't really remember. So I'm happy with it so far. It's been really good. But really, like, the whole theme that is just like resonating with me is just the importance of staying educated and the importance of remembering why you do what you do and staying close to your passion. And I don't think there's any level of photographer that doesn't need to consider that every once in a while. So even though I'm at a point in my business where I've been doing it for like 7 years and I know what's good and I kind of know what works for me and why I do what I do, it's still great to get into an environment where you're around so many other photographers. I mean, I think there's like 500 people here. It's great to learn from other people, and not everybody here is a photographer. Like the girl who was the lawyer actually used to be a lawyer. She's a photographer now, but she's skilled in law. I just did a class on like marketing strategies, and she actually she owns her own marketing company, but she also works for Google. So it's like really cool. You have like a really well-rounded experience. So I am loving it so far. And then a full day tomorrow. Alright guys, so that is a wrap for day 1. The end of the day was just as good as the beginning part. I did do a really good job of kind of looking at the descriptions of the classes though and getting a good idea what I would like. Because like I said before, I really don't remember what I had chosen, but the classes that I did go into were definitely beneficial to me. I didn't want a lot of technical things. I really wanted to kind of like unite with other creatives and talk about maybe some of the struggles that we have with like a work-life balance, or just talking about like motivation, or this last one that I just went in, I can't remember the name of it, but it was like talking about how you have to just like give up perfection in your images when you're taking pictures of your family. And it was talking about like making time capsules of your family, since we dedicate our lives to like making time capsules for other people's families and how you really can't forget that. And it was just really good. It was a really good thing to remember because, you know, sometimes I don't like to bring my camera when I go out with my family, just because it's kind of like, oh, this is me time. This doesn't have to be like work time. This is like play time. So I don't want to bring my camera. I don't want to carry it. I don't want to have to worry about it. But the speaker, Anita Martin, was just talking about like ways that you could really just let go of that feeling and that need of stressing out with the camera and trying to be perfect, but making sure you bring your camera with and just taking some shots of your family so that you have something to remember, you know, your life, your personal life with. So it was really good, and I'm really glad I went to that last class. So overall, I would say day one was a success. Learned a lot, made a few new friends, and now I'm going to head out to dinner. I'm lucky enough that my sister and brother-in-law live here in the Indianapolis area, so they are taking us out to dinner, and hopefully I'll get a glass of wine and just relax a little bit and kind of enjoy this evening, and then we are back at it again tomorrow. So I totally forgot to tell you guys that they also have shootouts that happen at this conference also. So at different times of the day, sometimes early morning, sometimes late in the evening, actually midday breaks also. They have opportunities where photographers can get together and they bring a model in and they talk about different things like off-camera flash, weddings. They had like a couple of newborn babies downstairs earlier. Right outside our window, they're having a rooftop shootout with all these photographers. So I couldn't show you this before, but just wanted to give you guys an idea of what one would look like. So that was a happy accident, but yep, there it is. So it is the beginning of day 2. I'm headed up right now to the 21st floor for my first lesson of the day. So I am tired. I got some rest, but I probably could have gotten more. But I'm ready to learn, and I got my coffee. Hello. Overall, how would I rate my experience? Well, it was my first photography conference, and I thought it was really good. I do feel like I probably could have made my experience a little better if I would have done a little more research on my own end. So I did do research and review the class descriptions before choosing my schedule. So let's first talk about schedule. I think I did a good job choosing the classes that I would love. There wasn't anybody particularly like at the door asking if you were supposed to be in that class or not. So in theory, if you chose the wrong class, you could go to a different class, or if you changed your mind the day of, you could probably go to a different one. I don't know what like the reset standards are on that, like if the organization or like the people planning it want that to happen, but I guess in theory you could do that if you wanted to. So I definitely recommend that you do some research on the classes, decide what you want to do, and then just kind of like enjoy that process and go from there. So I thought I did a good job on that. I didn't really review a lot of the speakers on their own, but like I said, I chose pretty good based off of the topics, so I guess it didn't really matter. They do have Facebook groups, so me personally, I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to come, so I didn't invest a lot of time meeting new people at the Facebook groups, but you could have, and I think a lot of people did. So I made friends here, but I'm also like an outgoing person, I'm an extrovert, so that was a little bit easier for me to do. But like, I didn't really make a lot of, like, I didn't make a connection with somebody like months before and then look forward to meeting them and then meeting them here. Everything that I did was like here. So that would be definitely something when it comes to like friend making or networking. You could definitely, I could have done a better job of it, and you could too. I just didn't do it because, like I said, I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to make it. As far as like the quality of speakers, I would say that everybody was great. I liked the variety that they had. So not everybody was a photographer. Some people were in like doing marketing, or they had like a handle on like SEO and internet presence and web presence. So I thought that was really good. Also, it wasn't just photographers teaching photographers. I do not always agree with that. Like I said yesterday, there was a lawyer that was here doing Law 101, so that was really awesome. So I liked the variety there. I thought that was really good. If I had to pick a downfall, I would probably say that I didn't really realize coming in that meals weren't covered, like that they weren't going to provide lunch. So luckily for this particular location, it is in a hotel, and the hotel did have a buffet that you could like eat lunch at. But it was a little pricey, and I know that a lot of conferences do provide like a box lunch. Especially with like a $400 ticket, $450, that potentially would be like one downfall. You do have to provide your own snacks, but they did gift everybody with, like, I think one of their sponsors provided like $5 to Starbucks, which there is a Starbucks in the hotel, so that was awesome. But the lunches did get a little pricey, but they do give you like an hour and a half, so you could go down the street. It is right in downtown Indy, so there's lots of places. So that was awesome. I did not experience any of the shootouts from that little clip that I showed you guys last night. It did look nice. I didn't really talk to anybody that did a shootout though, so that was nothing I can really reflect on. So maybe I'll have to go back to like other photographers that went here to see if they enjoyed the shootouts, if they did them. I did not do them though, but I can tell you that this whole weekend it was like 25 to 35 degrees outside at all times, maybe lower in the evenings, so it probably was no cup of tea doing that. And then finally, my only additional reflection is that I'm a wedding photographer, and it just so happened that all of the friends that I made happened to be either family photographers or newborn photographers. So everybody else said that there were a lot of wedding photographers here, but I didn't really meet any, so I don't know. So that's really great if you're a newborn photographer or family photographer. Apparently this is like one of the only conferences that like does specialize in newborns, according to some of my newborn photographer friends that I made. But I didn't meet any wedding photographers. I'm sure there were plenty that were here. I just didn't meet them. And even in the classes, people were raising their hand and saying that they were, but I just didn't have like any face-to-face conversation. So back to my original point, I probably could have planned my own experience better, made some friends online, and then met here in person, but I didn't have that luxury this time since I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to come. So if I could do it again, I would definitely do that. But other than that, I think it was a great experience. If I had to rate it 1 to 10, I'd probably give it like a 7.5, maybe an 8. But that was just based on personal preference and my lack of preparation, not necessarily the conference itself. So I really enjoyed it, and thanks for coming along with me, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them below, and hopefully I will see you guys soon. Oh, also, thank you for being gracious with me. This is my first vlog, so I'm really excited. But if you guys like this kind of thing and want to see more of it, leave comments below, and yeah, I will see you guys next time. Bye!